Super Bowls already. Oh my goodness.
Man. So let's move on, man. We got to talk about another team. Well, since we talking about teams that's 2-0 that might be celebrating their Super Bowl wins already. All they do is win. Question mark. Which team is most like which 2-0 team is most likely fraudulent? Currently, right now, we have 9 teams in the NFL that have a 2-0 record. And just like my dummy bro, it's too early to crown any of them to say they gonna win the Super Bowl, but we got to talk about it. 2-0 teams that's most likely fraudulent. I know y'all gonna give me a lot of pushback on this one, but we didn't believe in them once the rookie quarterback went down. I'm gonna say it's the Vikings. Yes, they have a good defense. Yes, the defense do step up and make plays, but let's name these 2 games. Their first game out the gate, they went up against the Giants, again, who didn't find a way to get the most impactful player from week 2 in the game for week 1. So then I could have had a better debate. I would have had 2 solid weeks, but they manhandled them 28-6. And then they went up against the 49ers. Now, we all know what the 49ers are. We know what type of team they are. I know what type of team they are. If you don't know, ask all the Dallas fans in any Twitter space. They know what the 49ers can do. But they just couldn't do it since 1992 against the Vikings. And the Vikings had time on their side. They had history on their side. They beat them 23-17. Of course, a couple injuries happened there, but no one truly believes in this quarterback. And I think Jettis may have like a quad injury or something like that, plus 135. Thank you. The people are spoken. I might need to put in a bet. So I think right now the Minnesota Vikings are the most fraudulent 2-0 team. You tell me why I'm wrong or if you agree. Dave. Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
I agree. The Vikings, I simply just don't believe in because of Sam Darnold. Let's just be honest about it. Sam Darnold, I don't believe in him. There's nothing that he did to prove to me to believe, at least this early in the season, that they are where they need to, that they are where they should be at 2-0. You can talk about the Saints and Derek Carr, seeing as though they're 2-0. They scored 40 plus points in both of their games this year. You can talk about the Steelers, being 2-0 right now in that division in the AFC North with the Ravens, the Browns, and the Bengals. We know the Bengals always start bad early. The Browns are the most inconsistent team in that division, honestly. And the Ravens just somehow, some way don't always start the way they need to. They always lose games they should win. And the Steelers, we don't know about their quarterback situation, even though Justin Fields is starting right now. He hasn't played great, but he hasn't played bad either. But for me, I would say Sam Darnold and the Vikings, simply because we've seen what Sam Darnold has been able to do in his career. He's been in the league long enough to know exactly what he is as a quarterback. Now, can that change? It's possible. It's possible that it can change. Not saying that it can't, but from what I know, I don't believe in the Vikings at this moment. Now they could definitely change that soon. Of course, any of these teams can change it. All of these 2-0 teams can be frauds. Honestly, we don't know. But from what I see, with it being Sam Darnold, I just don't think the Vikings are the 2-0 team to say that they're the best team in the AFC North. I don't think. I think they're the more frauds because if you look at the AFC South, that division can be anybody's, honestly. The Saints can easily win it. The Falcons can win it. The Bucks can win it because the Bucks are also 2-0. So you don't know about that. So it's easy to say that someone in that division can win it. And it's not to say that the Vikings aren't capable of making the playoffs. Because they still have weapons. They still have Jordan Jeff. They still have Justin Jefferson. They still have Jordan Addison. And their defense is ridiculous with Brian Flores and how they disguise their defenses. But I'm just going to go with the Vikings at this moment.
I disagree. I'm going with the Seahawks. I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
Okay.
I wasn't high on the Seahawks or the Vikings.
That's crazy. I didn't even think about them, and that's in my own division.
I thought that's where you were going to go with. But the Seahawks.
If I thought about that, I probably would have, but I didn't even think about that.
And the reason why I'm picking the Vikings over the Seahawks because, obviously both teams are proud of themselves in the defenses. Let's say that, right? As of right now. The Vikings got Brian Flores doing a great job defensively. Played the Giants week 1, but did play the 49ers a good. And you look at the Seahawks. Look, they did all. They head coach orchestrated the best defense in the NFL last year with the Ravens, McDonald. And the Seahawks already had key defensive pieces on their team before he even got in there. And they first round pick is on the D tackle, right? So they both got good defenses. But what I don't trust about the Seahawks, I don't trust Sam Darnold. I don't trust Geno. But I trust O'Connell over this Washington offensive coordinator they got. What's this dude name? This dude, sorry, y'all. I had it right here. This dude named Carl, help me out. The offensive coordinator for the Seahawks. Geno Smith, first of all, against the Patriots, they ran the ball 14 times with one running back. That's it. 14 times. And Geno threw the ball like 44 times against the Patriots yesterday. Too many times. The play calling gonna be up and down. When I watched them against the Broncos, Geno didn't look too good against the Broncos. They won that game because of Bo picks. Sorry. So I don't trust the Seahawks. I do think the Seahawks will finish last, only if the Rams injuries. I think the Cardinals are better than the Seahawks. I think a healthy Rams are. And I know the 49ers are. But the Rams, with all their injuries, they're up in the air right now. They're missing their top 2 receivers, which is crazy. But I would put the Cardinals ahead of the Seahawks right now. So I'm not big. Now, don't get me wrong. Geno played okay against the Patriots. They had a lot of drops against the Patriots. Jeez. But if I had to pick one of these teams, I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
Well, both of these teams got formidable opponents coming up next. I think the Seahawks, they play the Dolphins, and then the Vikings.
Yeah, they ain't got Tua, so
true. But they still got
trash though compared to some people. Go ahead.
I mean, hey, that's his team. If you want to say that about his quarterback, that's what some people can say, man. But it didn't.
That man think every quarterback.
Yeah, finally somebody agree with me today. Jeez. So now go ahead.
Now I think Commander fans somewhere someone said, "No, we number one." Yeah, we number one. But the Vikings play the Texans, so we gonna see.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be a game to watch for sure. Both of those defenses are really good. But Joe, like I said, I wasn't thinking about the Seahawks. I agree with you. I agree. Now that I'm thinking about it, it has to be the Seahawks. I don't believe in Geno Smith at all. At all. I don't.
That's why I don't think they frauds. If you don't believe in them, like I think the Vikings winning is fraudulent to me. Like they not supposed to win these games.
No, but we saying like which 2-0 team is not. You know what I'm saying? They 2-0, but it's not gonna last long.
The Vikings definitely. They both on the same boat.
I feel like both of these teams aren't going to be where they are now. But if I'm picking between the two, I think the Vikings have a better chance than the Seahawks do.
And also, like, respectfully,
and that's simply because of everything Joe said, because of their head coach, because of their defensive coordinator. They have all the tools to be able to make it happen. It's just Sam Darnold that gives me a lot of questions. Now, when it comes to the Seahawks, it's everything that Joe said. It's Ryan Grubb, the OC from Washington. That's now the OC there. You got Geno Smith there. Kenneth Walker is also injured right now. So I just don't know. I don't think that the Seattle is as good as their record says right now.
Don't get me wrong. Ryan Grubb did an awesome job last year. I mean, he had 3 really good receivers and Michael Penix, so they do the ball a lot. But Geno, come on, dog. You can't be throwing the ball 40 plus times with Geno Smith. And they only put up what was the score against the Patriots? 23 points? And they went to overtime. And you threw the ball 44 times. That's crazy.
I would have said something nice about the Patriots, but Teddy didn't accept my trade. So
I mean, we've been trying to get a trade done for a minute now.
See, we'll talk about that off air, but we're gonna be in talks for a while.
We are.
We playing tennis right now. For those who don't know, we got a R2L fantasy league going on. And
shout out to me and Tomo.
Vaughn 2-0 too, right?
Vaughn 2, yeah.
Hey, coach, which 2-0 fantasy team? Nah, we're not gonna do that.
They don't do it. Go ahead.
He gonna say Joe Watch. He gonna say Joe Watch. He gonna say Joe. I already know.
Well, look, he on my side this week because I got Teddy. He like, oh, Joe, want to go 3-0? I'm like, cool, don't say that. Like, keep being negative, right? Why
Well,
Teddy mess around and beat me this week?
Well, I mean, we can kind of keep